this idea that you guys are cool or okay with men who might be vulnerable or show their emotions, or even, well, I don't know if weak is the right word here, but I want to ask y'all a question. Would you prefer a guy to approach you in a confident manner, or for a guy to approach you super nervous, a little shaky, eye contact's all over the place, tremble in his voice, lip quivering? Which would you prefer? Go ahead.
Oh, God, both.
Yeah, okay, both, okay.
Both, because they're like, oh wow, like I'm making him anxious, I'm making him nervous, and that's like you're showing that. So to me, I can see your effort, so that is attractive. But I do enjoy confidence.
What about you?
Yeah, I would agree. Nervousness wouldn't deflect me, but I would prefer confidence.
Okay.
I'm just going to go ahead and go with confidence because I'm also confident and I wouldn't like to come off to you as a lip quivering bitch. So,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
Confidence.
I would say confident too.
Confident.
Confident, but something about a man being like his knees shaking in front of me just makes me feel like, yeah, I'm that bitch. So
Well, okay, hold on. Just to be clear, there's a difference between an ego boost and you feeling like you're the shit because this guy's a little in front of you and he's like simping over you versus this guy's really fucking attractive. Okay? That's what
overconfident is like stressful.
I'm not saying overconfident, but am I wrong to state that women are attracted to confident men?
No.
No, I think
oh yeah.
Like
Factual.
most women say they like confident guys.
Yeah, I don't want to go out with somebody that's going to stand in the corner like, everybody thinks I'm ugly.
And like most men giving their own experience would say when it comes to their success with women, do they have a higher success rate when they're confident, or do they have a higher success rate when they're fucking quivering and nervous and shaky, their eye contact's all fucked up, bottom lips all shaking, stumbling over their words, stuttering, etc.? I would suspect most men anecdotally would say, I have more success with women when I step confidently, I'm steadfast, I'm certain in myself.
But also, doesn't that just come with like a first experience? Like, because if I've known you for a long time and you've always been this sort of confident person, and then one day you come to me and you're a little bit nervous about this situation, I'm not going to fucking push you to the side because this one time that you were nervous. So I feel like that has more to do with like what's going on right now. Like if I just met you and you say, oh, I want to be with you, like you're going to be with me, I'm the hottest out. Okay, well, maybe I will. But a couple months down the line, if you're like, no, I know what I need to do and you need to be on the same page as me, I'm not as attracted to you as the same way I was when I first met you and you were just confident in yourself. Because sometimes confidence can also be confused.
Okay.
Lone Star donated $200.
Thank you, Lone Star.
Andrew, I think you missed on Red Hair's worldview. Wouldn't a better question been how much emotion is allowed? It sounds like she wants an emotional man but prefers little emotional volatility.
It's hard to say. She shut the inquiry down. So I was happy to continue with the inquiry, but if you shut the inquiry down, I don't know where to go with that. If you're just like, well, I already answered one of the questions, so therefore I'm done with the inquiry. I don't know where to go with that.
He definitely has the right. So when I think of a relationship dynamic, I am the submissive and he is the dominant, right? So he is the protector. He is my security. He's my safety blanket, things like that. I am the nurturer. I am the homemaker. So if he, majority of the time, has to be this dominant alpha role, right? I'm okay with certain situations, him being emotionally available and vulnerable. I'm not going to think less of him as a person or less of him in this dominance role because he shows emotional availability at times, right? Obviously, if someone's breaking into our house, that's where his dominance needs to step in and the security needs to be, presented. But then if there's a situation after the fact where he's like, hey, I was nervous and I was scared Yeah, okay, talk to me about it. But in that moment, you stepped up and you played your role. So
yeah, sure, but
there's a time and a place.
Yeah, that makes sense to me, but wouldn't you agree that the more often that a man kind of steps out of that role to be emotionally vulnerable, the less likely he will be over time if those other situations do arise to keep the stoic frame to protect you to do those things.
Right. And that's why I'm saying it's very situational. Like, I said, I'm the submissive one, you're the dominant one. So you should be dominant majority of the time, and I am going to be the submissive one majority of the time. So I don't want you walking around crying all the time, because that's just not the type of person I'm attracted to.
Yeah, you would prefer that stoic frame.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Sammy, it sounded like you were saying that you want a man who can express his emotions, but that knows when and how much to express those. Like, so someone said, if he's expressing love, would you want him to like hug you and make eye contact and show with his body language that he loves you? Or would you prefer that he's just like super stoic, no facial expression, robotic?
The physical contact.
Okay, cool. So that's what you were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Emotional maturity.
Exactly.
Okay. Maddie, can you read this one?
Ladies wise, feminism called feminism when feminists want equality when it comes to masculinity. Shouldn't feminism be called female masculinism?
I honestly don't know because I'm not a feminist.
Why not?
Well, I just feel like there's such like, I feel like if you call yourself a feminist, the feminists really like dig at you and be like, the feminists that I've known are like really complete man haters and like kill them all and all this stuff. And personally, I'm not that type of person who'd be like, I'm against all men, you know? And I feel like there's just so many meanings behind feminists. Even a feminist can't even define what a feminist is. So I personally, if I don't know the knowledge behind it, I'm not going to call myself a feminist.
Right, but okay, so if you're saying that a feminist is only hating all men, wouldn't that just make them a lesbian?
No.
I'm really confused because why is it fuck all men? I'm really confused from how that's what feminist is.
That's from coming from my personal experience where the feminists that I've met who said, hey, I'm a feminist, when they talk about men, they are like complete like man haters. And I'm not a man hater, you know? So I've never met a feminist who can really define the meaning behind what a feminist is. They always talk about equality, but then they talk shit about men. So it's like, okay.
How does that work? It's not double-sided.
Why don't we go around the table and see who here considers themselves a feminist?
No.
Can you give me the definition of a feminist? And then I'll answer my question.
There's so many different definitions.
You can give me one.
Well, do you want my charitable definition, or do you want what I actually think feminism is?
You're the first one.
Okay, my charitable definition of what feminism, there's what feminism purports to be, there's my charitable definition, and then there's also what I think it actually is.
You could tell me both.
So what feminists think, what feminists think they are is an equality movement. That's not what they actually are. The most charitable definition I give it is a woman's advocacy movement, which is not the same as equality. The actual definition that I give it is it's actually a sort of, it is women's advocacy, but it's also bundled up with a bunch of conspiracy theory and like pseudo science bullshit, soft science, social science nonsense, as well as a good dose of man-hating. So that's my sense of what feminism is.
Okay.
But if you want to use the charitable one, it's women's advocacy.
I think there's nothing wrong with supporting a woman and saying that she could do whatever she wants. Because in reality, they could do, yes, they can. I mean, you can go buy a dick from the store and fuck another girl with it. So you can't say that a woman can do whatever she wants. You can literally go to a science lab and create a baby with two women. That's where we are today. So
wait, you can't.
So
I've watched it.
So should people?
No,
do
you haven't
whatever
watched it. They need the genetic material from the man.
So should people do whatever they want? Like ought to? Also, wait, really quick, you mentioned something about the draft earlier. What was that comment?
I don't remember. So I think they said something about what was it? I don't remember.
Okay.
I wish I could.
So going around, do you consider yourself a feminist?
No, I support all.
Okay.
No, simple answer.
No.
No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, no.
Okay. So that was for, who was that? Who sent that in? It was Gracie, or it was GR? Oh, we had Kill of Serial we need to get to. He was curious. Sorry that we had to pause it there, Kill of Serial there